Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy TyLoTheGentleman. And for all y'all that want a piece of One Piece, welcome to Wano Piece. Hey, before we even start this video, I want to give a shout out to the Wano Piece Pirate Crew. If you want to join the Wano Piece Pirate Crew, definitely hit that subscribe button below. So, this week, we are recapping chapters 161 through 180. Alright, so where we left off, everybody that went with Vivi to the capital on the Duck Squad dressed in the same cloak so that the BW officers couldn't tell if it was Vivi or not. So, there were 6 people riding in on ducks. They went in through all different entrances, and none of them were Vivi. Vivi snuck in through a different passage. Very smart plan, if I do say so myself. Instead of Vivi even going in, what she did is she tried to meet the rebels head on and let them know. But what happened is the rebels didn't even hear her because somebody fired a cannonball. He happened to be a BW agent. There's BW agents on the rebel side, and they've infiltrated the Royal Army side. So these agents are doing everything they can to make sure Crocodile's plan goes through. It's kind of annoying because every time you think they're about to save the day, some BW agent comes out of nowhere and just starts the war back up. So, Mr. 2 beats up Usopp, and then he goes to try and get Vivi, but then he dresses up as, or he turns into Usopp, and this plan doesn't work because even though he saw them with bandages on, he's like, yeah, it's me, Usopp, and shows the bandage. But really, under the bandage is a mark that lets you know that it's the real person. And he didn't see that mark, so he wasn't able to duplicate that mark. And that's how Vivi knew it was him, and she left. At this point, Sanji steps in to fight Mr. 2. Sanji and Mr. 2 are going in, man. I mean, like, kicks are flying everywhere. They both trying all their moves. They're pretty evenly matched. So basically, at this point, since they're evenly matched, Mr. 2 turns into Nami so that Sanji wouldn't hit her. But Sanji eventually figures out that he needs to use his left hand to touch his face in order to become a different person. And he can only attack when he's himself. So once he realized that, Sanji uses that against Mr. 2 and puts the whooping on him. Okay, so Miss Merry Christmas and Mr. 4 are both devil fruit users. They actually teach us that you can give objects devil fruit and they become something. So Mr. 2 works alongside a dog who's also a gun. So he gave his cannon, or the thing that shoots baseballs, the baseball shooter, he gave that a devil fruit and it became a dog. So now it's a dog cannon. So it shoots explosive baseballs, and Mr. 4 hits those baseballs in the direction where he wants to go. He accounts for timing and everything. It's actually pretty cool, pretty ingenious when you think about it. Now, Miss Merry Christmas, she's a mole person. She burrows and does all this digging and stuff, and she looks weird with the nose all out to here. And that's her thing. She does tunnels, she got sharp claws, clawing up stuff. So, Usopp and Tony Chopper were forced to fight these two, or that's where they popped up. So these were the two they had to fight. They were getting beat up at first. Usopp came along after Chopper was kind of getting beat up. Usopp tried to fight back too. You know how Usopp always does this thing where he's like, "Oh, I'm so scared," but then he gets some confidence out of nowhere to help out and fight. And Usopp used all his tricks, like every trick he had in the book, and basically ends up causing him and Chopper team up together to get Mr. 4 to shoot a bomb into where him and Miss Merry Christmas are hiding in these tunnels that they've made, and it causes them to explode. Usopp and Chopper win that battle. At this point, Vivi tells them to destroy the palace. She wants them to destroy the palace because the palace isn't what makes this country great. The people are this country, they keep saying. So it's like the people of the country are what make the country great. They can always rebuild the country. You know what I mean? They can always rebuild the palace. You can't get these people's lives back. So their main goal is to stop the rebels from attacking the royalists. because they're all on the same side. They've been tricked by Crocodile into thinking differently. Just before they destroy the palace, Crocodile shows up. And you know, every time Crocodile shows up, it must be important because he's a leader and he sends other people to do his bidding. But then when it's very important, that's when he shows up. It's like, okay, I guess it's my time to step in and do this. So he pops up to shut down anything they're trying to do. And he's gonna have he wants someone else to blow up the castle from a cannon. Now, while they're talking to Crocodile, we switch over to this other scene where Mr. One and Miss Doublefinger are taking on Zoro and Nami. Now, Mr. One, his devil fruit is that he can turn his body into blades. So he's literally fighting Zoro with his own hands, just blocking the swords. Waching, waching, waching. Nami is fighting Miss Doublefinger. Miss Doublefinger's power is that she can turn her body into spike. She can just grow spikes out of anywhere in her body. So we have Zoro. The only way he can defeat this guy, Mr. One, is through being able to cut through metal. So he's going through his mind, he's thinking about his sensei, and the sensei is just letting him know that there are swordsmen all around you. So it's just kind of like, okay, so this tree is a swordsman. You can hear the tree breathing, you can hear the rocks, everything breathing. So he starts to hear the metal, hears Mr. One's metal breathing, and this is when he's able to cut through metal. I think it's pretty cool how Zoro has this way about him that's very, very honorable. He defeats Mr. One and he's like, yo, thank you because you helped me grow stronger. Like this whole battle, he's all cut up, bleeding, scarred up, and he's still like, you know what, this whole battle made me stronger. And then Mr. One, he turns around and says, hey, I accept my defeat, and then falls down. I'm not sure if he's dead or not, but falls down defeated. So now we have Nami. Nami's using this weapon that she got from Usopp to try and defeat Miss Doublefinger. So Miss Doublefinger's doing all these spike attacks, just kind of toying with Nami, which is a mistake, by the way, because if you toy with someone enough, they eventually figure out your weaknesses. So, or come up with a plan to defeat you. And so she's using the stuff she made, that Usopp made, and it's just like a party toy. He's like, most of his stuff is for parties, but there's a final attack at the end. And it's just stupid, but she starts to use hot air bubbles, cold air bubbles, and she's trying to figure out what is the deal. But then she's like, oh snap, I'm a navigator. I know about air, I know about this, I know about wind, and when it's gonna rain, and how to create this. So she uses the hurricane or the tornado attack. She uses hot air bubble, cold air bubble, traps Miss Doublefinger and hits her with the tornado attack. Now this tornado attack takes Miss Doublefinger out, and it was pretty cool. She's still mad at Usopp because he made her a party toy. So that was kind of stupid. Usopp's always up to something crazy, but that final attack saved her life. Crocodile comes to the castle. They're trying to stop. Nami's telling them no. Vivi's telling them to blow up the castle so that way we can just get a chance to tell the rebels to cease fire, tell the royals to cease fire. This kingdom is not made off the palace. This kingdom is the people. The people make this kingdom. We can always make another palace. So they're like, yo, just destroy the palace. It'll get everybody's attention. Now, the issue with that is there are BW agents on both sides causing chaos, just running amok, never letting, every time there's a stop, they cause it to kick back up again. Crocodile mentions a Pluton. It's something so strong that it can make an island disappear. And he wants this because then he can rule the world, essentially. But the king denies even knowing about it. He knows about it, but he denies knowing where it is. The Duck Claw Squad is this specialist squad that comes to defeat Crocodile, but they're looking kind of crazy. Their eyes are all white and stuff, and they're ready to attack, and they're getting stronger and stronger. But they've taken Hero's Water. Hero's Water causes you, it causes you to die, but it gives you strength for a limited time. So they can't even hit Crocodile, so they end up dying for pretty much nothing because they couldn't hit him, no matter how much strength they did have. And so Crocodile just stands there, doesn't fight him, and they ended up dying. This enrages Chaka the Jackal. Chaka the Jackal uses his power to turn into a wolf, tries to attack Crocodile, can't do it, ends up getting cut up, and now Vivi is crying, but in that time, her and Kauza go to try and stop the battle. Now when they go stop the battle, they stop the royalists from fighting, they stop the rebels from fighting, and then all of a sudden a BW agent shoots Kuuza in the back. This starts the battle up again. And then while they're trying to decide what's going on, Crocodile causes a sandstorm so that they can't see. So now it's just a battle without being able to stop anything. So in this time, Crocodile grabs Vivi and throws her off the palace. When he throws her off the palace, we see like a bird in the background, and it turns out to be Pell the Falcon and Luffy riding on his back, and they swoop in and save Vivi. After this, it's on. He tells Vivi not to worry, and he just rockets up there towards Crocodile. Crocodile's like, bro, you can't hit me, so why are you putting all this energy into this attack? And then boom, gets hit. Knocked the wind out of Crocodile, just starts rocking him. Luffy realized when him and Crocodile fought last time that the only way he could hit him is if he has water on him. So then he uses the water, he has water all over his body, and he's whooping Crocodile, just straight putting a whooping on him. Just knocking them all around. And the crazy thing is, when you haven't been hit often, imagine, Crocodile probably hasn't been hit since he had the devil fruit and learned how to use it. So now he's getting hit, he's tumbling all around, boop, 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 and just like getting knocked all around the place. And it's funny because he's so annoying that it's just like, you love to watch him get beat up. Now, these BW agents catch up to Vivi and they're ready to kill her in order to get a promotion. But what happens is Zoro and Sanji defeat these BW agents in 2 seconds because they don't have a lot of time. They're trying to stop someone from destroying the castle. Someone is somewhere with a cannon or something, and they're going to try and destroy the castle. So everyone except Luffy is gone to look for this person in order to stop them. Now, Crocodile was getting a little crafty, so Luffy drank all the water and became Water Luffy. And it was funny because Luffy was just really, really big and fat, and he was so fat that the water started coming out of the sides of him, and he still was able to hit Crocodile with a Gum Gum Rocket Punch. So he hit him with the Gum Gum Rocket Punch, and he sent him flying, but I'm not sure what all happened because that's the end of those chapters for today. Now tune into the next video because we're going to figure out what happens to Crocodile. Let me catch you up on the short comics. So we have Hachi the fish. He's swimming around and he's saving animals under the sea, saving them from sea kings, saving them from giant monsters, all that kind of stuff. He saved the panda shark. He saved the mermaid. He helped some homeless guy that was hungry. And I'm not sure where all these things will fall into place again, but this does mean that there are mermaids. And he eventually runs into some macro fishmen. Now these fishmen, Hachi is already big compared to a human or compared to Luffy. And then these macro fishmen are even bigger than him. So that's kind of cool. I wonder if they'll come into play later on or whether it's just part of short comics. But usually the author, with these short comics, he usually puts in some gems. He's kind of explaining the whole world around us as we go through the short comics and the story. When you combine it all, it's like you're learning more at a very, very fast pace. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Join the Wano Piece Pirate Crew. So please subscribe, join the Wano Piece Pirate Crew today. Thanks for watching this one. Peace.